guys. The New York Mets have signed back Pete Alonso. Yes, Pete Alonso is going to be back in the New York Mets, guys. Listen, the New York Mets, we knew that they made an offer for 3 years, $75 million, and we knew that the Mets, Pete Alonso, he rejected that deal. So that was reportedly, that was a report. And then now the Mets are getting Pete Alonso for $54 million with a $10 million signing bonus. Now, Pete Alonso is going to be a New York Met in 2025 because it's a 2-year deal. He gets a player option in 2026. So right after the season is done, he gets a player option. So he basically gets an opt-out. And this is credit to David Stearns. This is credit to Steve Cohen for, first of all, sticking to their guns. Sticking to their guns on Pete Alonso, sticking to their gun on what they value Pete Alonso, because Pete Alonso is a guy that hits, he's like, third on the list for most home runs in the league ever since he's came in the league. So when it comes to Pete Alonso, he is a productive guy. He is a guy that's going to get you home runs. He's going to hit for power. Overall, his last 2 years have been down years. And, I hope for the best. I really hope for the best with Pete Alonso. But $54 million, this was a great deal for the New York Mets. A great deal for the New York Mets. $30 million basically in his first year. $24 million in the second year. This is a good deal for the New York Mets because they stuck to their guns. They did not settle. They basically said, we do not value you for $100 million. A lot of people thought Pete Alonso was going to get $100 million, and he ended up signing for $54 million. So this adds a lot of thump to this lineup. This lineup is basically complete now. We're going to have Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, Mark Vientos, Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo. We're going to have Starlin Marte or Jesse Winker or whatever. That is basically going to be your lineup. Francisco Alvarez, Jeff McNeil, those guys, that is going to be your lineup. Now, this is, to me, a better lineup than we've had in some time. We're going to have a lot of offense. We should have a lot of offense, especially adding Juan Soto in the beginning of the offseason. But now you have added Pete Alonso. Listen, I'm not the biggest Pete Alonso fan, but what I will say is he does add power, and the Mets needed that in the lineup. I'm a proponent. I was a proponent of playing the young guys, and if Alonso didn't want to sign back with this team, then let him go. That's what I really thought. But he wants to sign back. He wanted to be back with the New York Mets, and he really didn't have a choice, to be honest. His market was just not that great. It's not what he thought it was going to be. He thought he was going to get $150 million. He thought he was going to be one of the best first baseman paid in the league, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen because the analytics and the league, they just don't view Pete Alonso the way he views himself. And that's not a problem, but it is a problem for Pete Alonso. It is, because he's a guy that is not that great of a defender. He's about to, he's 30 years old. So he is getting up in age, and you don't know how he's going to age. So he's already not a good runner, not that great of a defender. And his exit velocity is going down year by year. So when you really think about it, Pete Alonso is not a surprise that he got this contract, because he basically had to come running back to the Mets because there was no other offers. He met with the Angels, he met with the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays, I'm sure, did not offer him a better a deal than this deal right here with the New York Mets. So I don't know what the Blue Jays deal was, but for $54 million, the Mets are getting a steal when it comes to Pete Alonso. Because, like I said, Pete Alonso is one of the most powerful guys, in the league. And yes, he had 2 down years. It just hasn't been great, though, for Pete Alonso. So 2025, a lineup with Juan Soto, Pete Alonso. This is a credit to David Stearns, a credit to Steve Cohen for sticking to their guns. Sticking to their guns. And just basically, Steve Cohen was like, we did everything that we can. We give him a good offer, and Pete Alonso, is he going to take it? Is he not going to take it? He said that on Amazing Day. And what I feel is this Mets team with Pete Alonso is better. It is a better on-paper lineup than you would have had with a guy like maybe Acuna playing third base, Mark Vientos playing first base. So this is good for the team. I feel like, for me, Ronnie Mauricio, Luis Angel Acuna will get opportunities in 2025. They will get opportunities. It's a long season, so I'm not scared of that. But Pete Alonso, credit to Pete Alonso for coming back to the Mets, because you got Juan Soto now, Pete Alonso, Mark Vientos, Brandon Nimmo, Francisco Alvarez. It all depends on really Francisco Alvarez. If he could have a really good year, a better year than he had, last year, that would be great for the New York Mets. It would be awesome. So what I will say is the Mets lineup got a lot better, and credit to David Stearns, credit to Steve Cohen for sticking to their guns. Great job, honestly. You can't really, give him applause anymore. You can't not give this guy, David Stearns, his applause, because they stuck to their guns and they got Pete Alonso back. So what an offseason for the New York Mets to get Juan Soto, to get Jesse Winker, to bring back Pete Alonso, to get AJ Minter. I mean, this was a really good offseason for the New York Mets. So what I will say is, it's been a really good offseason, and I can just hope for the best in 2025. What a lineup the Mets have now with the thump that Pete Alonso adds. Even with a bad year, from Pete Alonso, it's still, he's going to be productive. He's going to get you at least 30 home runs. I hope that he has a better year. I hope that he has a great year and he opts out and the Mets end up getting Vlad Jr. the next year. That's what I hope. At the end of the day, not the biggest Pete Alonso fan, but what I will say is he's back. He's back with the New York Mets, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. If you enjoyed the video, definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Randy with the All Things Mets channel. I'm out of here. Have a good one. Stay blessed. Have a great night. Yeah, man. You never know when breaking news is going to happen.